Hello, good day. I'm here again. My loved parents, mothers like myself, and fathers who like listening to me because of this tapes I drop. Sometimes I have even fathers reaching out to me to say, I listened to you, and really, it's really something I would like to do with my kids. So from time to time, I like dropping things that practically happens to me and happens to us. Because in this space, you don't know it all. We keep learning from each other and we de-learn those things that don't work again and then relearn those things that work. So I'm here to always give you my beats of that learning phase that we are. So what am I talking about today? I'm talking about closing learning gaps early. If you're in my country, where I am, in the United Kingdom, children have returned back from half term. This is the second half of the term, and I think that is prevalent even in Nigeria and in some other countries. You're already going to the second half to end the first term of this section. Now, the question is, have you noticed a learning gap in your child? Do you take time to look at what the child has done the first half of this section, and you see that the child needs help? It might be the children in primary school. It might be your child is in secondary school. Depends. Children struggle sometimes. And the ability to be able to recognize that area where they struggle, the earlier it is for you to be able to tackle the problem. And that's why we're here in Simplify Hub. What we do is to help your child, to look at the weakness of the child and help the child go through the weakness that it becomes ease or strength. That's what we do. So, but my advice to you, and that's what I even do to my kids, is I look at what my children have done in the first half. I sit down with them and I discuss with them your mathematics. What topic didn't you like in this first half? What topic did you not enjoy? Because the fact is that they won't like a topic that they don't know, right? I keep saying it, even to us as adults. The things we don't like are things we don't understand. So the same thing with these children in school. They will tell you they don't like that topic, or they'll tell you they don't like that teacher for one reason or the other. It's because they are not understanding maybe what the teacher is teaching. So this becomes a learning gap. But your ability as a parent to be able to close up this learning gap early, the better for the child. Because the child will then be able to understand that area that he or she has difficulty with. It could be in maths, it could be in English, it could be in any other subject. You get me? So, parents, this is the best time for you to actually close up those learning gaps before they become bigger in the new year, in this new section that they are. I don't know the level where your child is, but it applies to every child, even the little children in reception. If your child is learning to read two letter words, and the child is finding it difficult, you discover that very soon in the curriculum they would have moved to three-letter words, and the child is finding it difficult to read two. How would he or she read three-letter words? And then it begins to build up, and the child begins to have problem with reading. Begin to have, because of phonics, the foundational phonics has a problem. But because some parents, we're a bit negligent, or we just feel, oh, he goes to school, she goes to school, and that's all. We don't take our time to look at what the child is learning and how they are responsive to what they're learning. These gaps, when you leave them, it becomes bigger. So please close learning gaps now. Now, for little children, you could do 10 minutes a day timetable. You'll be surprised that there's a child in year four, a child in year five does not know the timetable, up to 12 times table. Have you take time to ask your child to, have you take time to drill your child on times table? Some of them can actually read them when they follow line by line, but when you begin to ask them around them, they have problems. If you need help with your child, reach out to me. We have very good model. We have good tutors that can help take your child from where they are now to the next level. So close learning gaps early. You can do a 10 minutes times table mental drill with your children. You can do a 10 minutes reading with discussion after. A child has read a story. Tell the child to tell you about that story. Can he or she recall what she has read? Do you understand that? Then ask your child to explain one thing that he or she has done or he or she learned at school today. That helps to build their memory, you understand, and their confidence. So small habits now prevent stress later. If you don't do these little things, at least every week, the stress will begin to build up for the child and then for you as a parent. Let's support them early instead of waiting for the panic season. You know when some parents begin to panic? When the child is in year five or when the child is in year six at the latest, preparing to write SAT exam or preparing to write 11 plus exam. Or the child is already in year 10 preparing to write GCSE, but already you knew that the child had issues in year 7, year 8. You've seen that your child is not doing well, but you did not try to close those learning gaps. So please, parents, let's close learning gaps early. There is what is called early intervention. Look at your children where they need intervention. Please provide that intervention early. If you wait till they are preparing for exam, you're going to put that child on stress. The stress level for that child will increase. Why? Because the child is already looking, my exam is 2, 3 months away. Anxiety comes in. The child becomes scared. How am I going to pass this exam? Because the confidence is so low. That's because you have neglected the gaps that the child had. You understand? So please, parents, close learning gaps early. Seek for intervention. We are here to help you. We can provide an intervention and we give value for the money you spend on that child. I'm telling you. So please, that's my message to you today. Close learning gaps early. Don't leave them to build up to the level that you are stressed out as a parent, you're scared that this child is going for this exam, I'm not sure this, or you're bringing the child to us late. Imagine you're bringing a child who needs foundational work that wants to write the year 6 exam. You're bringing the child when it's just 6 months to the exam. What can we do? What we will only try our best because the tuition classes will take place maybe once or twice in a week and maybe 1 hour or 2 hours in a week, and then you want the magic to be done for the child to do so well. But when you close those learning gaps early, I'm telling you, your child will build confidence. And there is nothing like your child building confidence before he or she goes for an exam. So I hope you're learning something today. Close learning gaps early. Look for solution early. Start doing those little drill on your child early. Don't say, oh, this child is still young. Oh, she's just 5 years old. That is the right time to start. If you give it all it takes from that age and you build learning with your child from that age 5, by the time the child is in year 5, year 6, she's ready to write any exam. She's ready to even go to secondary school. So please, if you recognize that your child is struggling, please seek for help. We are here to help you. We'll work with your budgets and we'll give you value. There is no child that comes to us. I boldly say it. And for people who have brought their children to us, they know it. We have good reviews. There's no parent that's brought their child to us, SimplifiedHub, that doesn't have good testimony to tell. We have the records speak for us. We make sure that your child gets to the level where the child is confident in where they are and what they are doing. I hope this helps you today. Thank you and have a lovely day.